Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Shad. I'm the CEO here at Snap Tight Hose. Been CEO since 2020. We're sitting here in one of our Pennsylvania facilities watching the snow in April, which is a bit disappointing, but we want to have fun today and talk about some products that we think you're going to be interested to hear about. Snap Tight Hose has been in business over 50 years. We're really excited to tell you what we've been doing recently, and there's a lot of really interesting products and information that we're going to convey today. So we hope that you enjoy the presentation. We are wanting to connect with you and users as much as we can, and we want to listen to what it is you have to tell us about our products as they exist today and about products that you would like us to look at for the future. We really believe that the firefighter needs to have the best tool possible to do their job, and that includes performance, that includes durability, that includes resistance to heat, pressure. And we don't settle for minimum standards here at Snap Tight. We want to do better than that. And that's what we're all about. We're designing and manufacturing products that are well above minimum standard. Our process has been designed to provide a consistent product day in and day out, week after week. And we really work hard to make sure that that happens and that it continues to happen in the future. If you look at our entire process, from checking the raw materials that come in from suppliers, doing our weaving, checking every jacket to make sure that there are no defects, proprietary materials that we use, the statistical process control we use in our extrusion process, the fact that we're ISO certified, which means that someone is coming in from the outside to make sure we do what we say we're going to do. All those things are designed to make sure that we can provide you with a hose that is consistent in quality, that is durable, and that has great performance. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Jeremy from NationalFireRadio, who will help us through this process today.
Thank you, Jeff. I will say this, before Jeff exits, we're going to be bringing people in and out today on this platform for the next probably 90 minutes or so. But I will say this before you disappear on me. As a CEO of a successful company such as Snap Tight and your line of products, to acknowledge and be willing to try different things speaks to the testament of what you're doing here. We've been here for the last 2 days. We've worked on some other projects together, so I've gotten to know yourself and your team. And I will tell you, from an outsider looking in, you're really putting out an incredible product, and it's based solely on the people and the process that you have in place. And so for that, I'm honored to be here today and to facilitate this conversation product hotspot today. As well as tonight, we're going to be live streaming an engine company roundtable from the factory floor with some of the best and biggest in the industry, which is just super exciting. Even for myself, kind of fanboying a little bit to be able to, hang out with just such great people. So to you and your team, congratulations on your tremendous success here. And I'm really looking forward to being a part of the product and a part of the educational process of educating our firefighters, our backstep firefighters, all the way up through the command staff about how important and how good your product is. So here we are, and I thank you for putting your trust in us today and bringing forth this message. So without further ado, thank you, and I'd love to bring in Mike Woods to join us. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Real quick, while Mike comes up to the stage, if you will, for myself, if you're not overly familiar with National Fire Radio or don't even know who we are a podcast and social media platform that has now been in business for about 3 years, where we promote the betterment of the fire service. We talk about, through podcasts and social media platforms, we talk about how good the job actually is, contrary to some belief, and how good it's and how better it's becoming. And it's projects like this and people like this that are helping make this job remain as good as it's always been and bettering our future. And so, Mike, thank you for joining me at the table.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it, man. This guy right here, Mike Woods, is the Director of Sales and Customer Service here at Snap Tight Hose. 35 years with the company.
Exactly.
And this man knows every nook and cranny of the factory, of the process, of the people, and the product. And tonight we're going to go over 3 very distinct product lines that Snap-Tight Hose has brought to the table. We're going to talk about a few value-added ideas that Snap-Tight brings forth. And so I'd love to hop into it. Is there anything, though, that I missed or anything that you want to hit on before we get going?
No, just the 35 years with the company is amazing. I mean, it just seems like yesterday I started.
I bet.
At 1:45, second shift out there on the floor, and here we are 35 years later. But it has always been a passion. Okay, each day is a challenge, and the ultimate goal is what we manufacture saves people's lives.
Right.
We're not building widgets. Okay. So as it was instilled in me 35 years ago, the people that took me under their wing and taught me this process of how to make fire hose. It's instilled in you, and we've carried on that tradition. And you've touched on it a little bit there. It is the people of this company that really makes Snap-Tight Hose great.
It is overly enjoyable. We took a factory tour yesterday. Myself, our team, and some of the industry specialists that will be joining us for the roundtable tonight. And we walked the factory with you. In 35 years, I can still see you beam about the process, and you know everybody on that factory floor, and you know who they are and what they bring to the table. And you said something yesterday that I really took to heart, and you said, this person, this guy, this girl, they're the hose specialists.
They are the specialists. That's what they do for 8 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. They are the experts, and they can hear that sound. They can feel that touch. I mean, it's that type of in tune to the process. And as I said, what we manufacture saves people's lives. And we're not building widgets. Everybody really cares, and the entire company cares. At the end of the day, it's everybody wants to go home safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's safety first, then quality, then protection.
And I'll tell you, with that lead-in, it's a perfect lead-in to talk about the first product that we want to bring forth today to educate the fire service about, and that is the Pond Gladiator FireMaster, the FM hose.
Right.
I want to hop into this. This is a new product launch for Snap-Tight. It is a hose that is based off of the Gladiator family. We'll talk about the Gladiator family of hoses and so on. There's different hoses in the family there. But the FM is new to the industry. Not many people know about it. It is a new launch for you as a company. And the FM it's the FireMaster hose, and it's designed with burn-through protection for us, the firefighter.
Right.
Let's talk about this. So the importance of such technology and design in your hose speaks volumes to the company you are. So I'd love to hear maybe a little bit of the backstory about how and why Snap-Tight decided to put and invest into a project like this.
Well, there was an incident a couple years ago up in Boston.
Sure.
Where a couple firemen was inside a building, lost pressure in their hose. The hose burned through, and they didn't survive. So there's been talk in the industry that why can't they make a hose that's fireproof? Why can't that be done?
Right.
So last year was a unbelievably
COVID year. Unscripted and unprecedented.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's instead of sitting on our hands not doing anything, we took on this task. Like, we can do this. Let's take a look and see what it takes to manufacture a hose that will outlast any other hose in the industry in a burn through.
Right.
So that's the project that we took on last year, and we built what we feel is the industry leading fireproof hose.
So let's talk about this, right? So I obviously, knowing the story and we have chatted about this and so on, I want to hit some statistical things to support what you're talking about here. The fire you're referring to happened on March 26th of 2014 in the Boston Back Bay section of the city. It was a line of duty death with Lieutenant Edward Walsh and Michael Kennedy from 33 Engine, or Engine 33. And after that fire, it was a horrific set of events that happened that allowed that fire to basically explode. And those circumstances added to an incredible increase in fire load. And I want to read something here, because this goes to the testament of what you're doing here and what's so important to you. And from the NIOSH report, F2014-09, I want to read recommendation 14 out of the NIOSH report, right? And it's very much this, and bear with me because I'm going to read it. It's a few sentences. It says, fire service research organizations, standards making organizations, equipment manufacturers, and fire departments should consider the effects of thermal degradation on fire attack hose. The discussion of this is during the incident, an 1 3/4 attack line used by Engine 33 was burned through during the initial firefight operations. Engine 33 had stretched the hose line down the stairs from the first floor to the basement. This placed the hose line in the flow path of the fire and superheated gases coming up the stairs. The 1 3/4 hose was burned completely in two. The 2.5-inch hose line that Engine 7 stretched to the first floor was severely damaged as well. When you're working in stairwells as firefighters, that is a chimney. It's conducting a lot of your heat. And what happened in this fire was there's some failures in the rear, and the top stair door was open, and so it created an incredible flow path where explosive fire conditions came right up. And it destroyed the line. And when you listen to the audio of this fire, which is heart-wrenching to begin with, but when you listen to the audio, they are consistently asking for more water, asking for water. And the problem is that, come to find out, their line had burned through. And even a backup line to get in there, they had problems and failures with that as well because of the fire conditions. And so as a company, Snap-Tight Hose, for you to invest a lot of time and money into a new product to offer that protection is huge. And as a firefighter, I value that, unconditionally value that, because you're trying to make our job a little bit safer and a little bit better.